Welcome to Learn to Fish with us, and I'm Karch. Today we're going to talk about how to use a tip-up while ice fishing. The tip-up that I prefer to use is the old Frabill Classic. Some information about it. What I'd like to do is I like to always put my name, my phone number, and I always put a piece of gray duct tape so that I have a nice hook keeper. To use a tip-up, what we have to do is take the flag out of the spool, and then I unhook it here, and then all we do is just pull the line out. Something about this is there's typically ice fishing line that's on here. What I've done is I put a fire line leader on here. I have a swivel that hooks up the ice fishing line to the fire line. I then have a sinker, and I like to use a treble hook when fishing with a tip-up. So the first thing I need to do is I need to skim the ice out of the hole with my skimmer. Get all the ice chips out. We like to keep the holes nice and clean when we're ice fishing. Now that I have my hole clean, I need to determine how deep it is here. I usually use my locator to determine it, but today we're going to use a weight to determine where the bottom is. Then what I'm going to do is put this in the water. And now that the line has gone, I can feel that the weight hit the bottom right there. So now what I want to do is I want to put a marker 2 foot, because what I'm going to be fishing for is big walleye today, and they're right near the bottom. So what I want to do is go 2 foot off the bottom. 1 foot because I want it 1 foot off, and then I need to count another 1 foot for the shaft of the tip-up. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bobber. I'm putting it on there. Then what I'll do is pull the line up, take the weight off. Then what I'm going to do is I'm using golden shiners today. So what I'm going to do is place the hook through the top of the back, making sure not to hit any vitals, and going right through the middle, so that way it stays nicely balanced. Today the fish really aren't biting, so what I like to do is trim off the tail. So I'm going to take a piece of the tail, trim it off. So now we're ready to put her in. So now what I'm going to do is drop her down to where the marker is, reel in any excess line, right up to where the marker is. Then what I'm going to do is place it down. I'm going to set the flag, and because we're using big minnows, I will place it in the channel. If we were fishing for perch or some small fish with smaller minnows, what I would do is not put it in the channel, but since I am. Another thing to talk about is the way the wind is blowing. Most of the time, if the wind's blowing this way, I like to face my tip up this way. If the wind was blowing this way, I would rotate the base so it's this way so the wind doesn't catch it. So now, what's going to happen is, if a fish hits this minnow, it's going to rotate this shaft. As it rotates the shaft, the flag will go up and this will be spinning. So what I'll do is set this down. Oh, we got a tip up. So typically you'll hear a lot of other people also call when they see the flag go up. You'll hear tip up. So then what's going to happen is this thing's going to be rotating. When I get up to it, what I like to do is wait till I see the shaft stop spinning. So then what I'm going to do is be very careful, grab the line, pull the line out, place the tip up away from me, and then what I'm going to do is wait till I feel that fish. Once I feel that fish, what I'm going to do is go like that, and that's called setting the hook. Then what I'll do is I'll keep my one line towards here. If the fish takes line, allow him to go right through my hand here. And then once I start seeing him swim towards me, I'll start pulling it in. And I'll keep pulling it in. Once I see the fish down there, what I'm going to try to do is, right now we have 24 inches of ice. So what I'm going to keep doing is keep turning around so that I get his head to turn so that he'll be able to come up. You want to be really careful with this because when using a treble hook, it could get caught on the side of the ice, and should that happen, the fish will most likely be gone. So then all I'll do is go like that and bring up the fish.